Hello and welcome to another episode of RPA Master Stories. And today we have Selin and Gül. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Derek Gerber, today, but let's get started and introduce yourselves. Please tell the audience who you are and what you do for a living.
Hi, Derek. Thank you for having us here. My name is Gül. I work for OneZero Intelligent Technology as a sales and marketing manager. My job is to reach out to businesses and tell them how our product, VooDoo RPA, can solve their automation needs with its unique capabilities. And also talking to you is in my job description. Just for you though, I wanted to include my colleague Selin because she's the one who managed the project that I wanted to share with you today.
Thanks so much, Gül. Hi, Derek. I am Selin. Nice to meet you. I am working as a project manager for OneZero for 4 years, and I had the opportunity to work on some amazing projects. I manage RPA projects from end to end. Sometimes we get to implement artificial intelligence with the RPA, and today's project is one of them.
I love it. Okay, all right. Let's jump right into it. Amazing introduction there. So tell us more about the solution that we're going to be talking about today. Go for it.
So screen scraping is how we differentiate from our competitors. And as you know, OCR is part of the screen scraping. And one of our strongest points is our native OCR. As long as it is not handwriting, there is strong chance VooDoo's native optical character recognition model can read it. And this project we will be talking about today benefited the most from this.
Now, when we hear OneZero and VooDoo RPA, can you help us differentiate the difference between the two in case someone doesn't know in the audience?
OneZero is the company name and VooDoo RPA is the product name.
Okay. So if the audience wanted to use the same technology, they'd be able to use VooDoo RPA. All right, just wanted to make sure. Okay, so we're talking about this technology. We're introducing the concept of OCR, which many of the people in the audience would be familiar with. So what was the initial business challenge that we're going to discuss today?
So we have electronic toll collection system in our highways and Otoyol Yatırım AŞ, if we translate, it will become Highway Investment Inc., I guess. They are the customers. Every car that enters the highway have a device in them, and this device signals the entrance and the exit toll booths. And the highway system calculates the kilometers and automatically takes the calculated fee from your bank account. But sometimes, for a variety of reasons, the system cannot complete the transaction. In that case, we call this situation a breach. An operator, an actual human, looks into the system, looks into the license plates, and figure out what went wrong. And the sheer number of transactions, approximately 4 million a year, makes the human part of the process a bottleneck, and a very narrow one at that.
Okay, so we're talking about 4 million different transactions per year that need to be audited by a human being. And so when we were looking at trying to automate this process, we looked at intelligent automation. So why intelligent automation, not some other rules-based system? Why would it be this solution that saved the day?
Actually, we can say why intelligent RPA. This is VooDoo Intelligent RPA, I can say. And our customer were looking for a solution to minimize the human factor in the process as a whole, all RPA processes. But reading the license plates from the CCTV footage proved to be hard for some automation tools. So the OCR technology of the VooDoo RPA was the one that scratched their particular itch, actually. VooDoo robots, first of all, reads the plates from the footage and checks if these breaches are from an exempt car, like an ambulance or a government official like that. Then checks the bank transaction, then reports it as a car to be fined with an amount of the kilometer it traveled.
Wow, that is amazing. So we're looking at live video footage, or are they pictures of the vehicles that the software is studying?
Sometimes live video, sometimes pictures. We can catch the frames from the videos. Then we can integrate the plate numbers and letters from plates. We have some projects with videos, but today we talk about the project with frames.
All right, I love that. So when we're talking about the quality of the footage too for the audience, is it usually pretty clear or is it kind of hard to read for the computer?
Yeah, for the computer, as long as it's not heavily raining or some mud on a plate, we are good.
Okay, good. Because what I was going to ask is, as you were implementing the solution and we're sharing with the audience, what did you learn, and where should we pay attention if we wanted to implement a robotic process automation, auditing and check step in this process? If we wanted to do it, what could we learn and share from that process?
Actually, the whole process went pretty smoothly. We learned lots of things. Sometimes our clients discover better ways to execute a process after they see robots working. We learned with customer actually. We are learning with RPA projects lots of things. We are learning the processes, different processes for lots of customers. But they were aware of the bottlenecks in their processes before we started. They knew what they needed, and at the end of the day, we were able to provide it. Maybe I can say about the how much did it take. Maybe I can say if you want.
Yes, I was gonna say, if it went in pretty smoothly and we knew what we needed to do up front, that makes the implementation process that much easier. So if you had those things taken care of, how long did it take for the solution to be implemented for the client?
The project took 3 months to implement. Approximately 3 months, because they have AI in it. The implementation doesn't always go as expected, especially there is an artificial intelligence involved, as I said. So fortunately, the customer's IT manager knew how this kind of projects usually goes, so he wasn't discouraged. The initial 78% success rate, which is actually an amazing success rate for an uneducated AI. In time, with more data fed to AI, VooDoo RPA was able to achieve a 92% success rate.
So of the 4 million cars and auditing transactions that needed to take place, 92% of them after 3 months are completely automated and good to go. And now there's only a small bit left over to study and analyze by hand. Is that right?
Yes, it's right. It's manually. Yeah, it can complete manually.
Oh my gosh. Well, there had to be a lot of ROI and some measurable outcomes. So what would you say was the ROI of this project in the first couple months of it being deployed?
They made significant progress in their toll collection operations in terms of cost and the quality. VooDoo robots made 300,000 transactions per month, and over time, 10 million transactions made to this day. Right now, there are only 5 human operators instead of 30, and they are just for the rare occasions with the heavy rain, as you know. They also significantly reduce the human error because some typos end up finding the wrong car and the car owner goes to court over that. As usual, RPA operators were able to focus on other more important tasks and their motivation was improved.
Yeah, I could understand that. That makes a lot more sense. And we don't want any of those human error typos in there, especially if I wasn't driving on the toll myself. All right. So, what is next for this client? We had an untrained AI taking this information from its raw state and learning more every day. What could possibly be next? What are you looking forward to working on next with them?
They want different type of vehicles pay different fees. So the client wants to visually identify the class of the car and match the fee with that class automatically. That's our next project. And they also want to send an automated legal notice to the cars that did not pay their fees and fines.
Maybe I can say one more thing. Now, I remember. We will do for this customer. We can select. We can find the brand of the car and the color of the car. Maybe our next projects will be this. I can add this. And one more thing, maybe. Okay, we will increase the number of success rates from 92% to 96. Our aim is this.
So we went from scanning just the license plate, and we got most of that done correctly out of the gate after implementing the software. And then now we're going to work towards training the AI to not only recognize the type of vehicle and classify it appropriately, but we're also going to get the color of the car and then also start sending messages to those who did not pay the toll. Does that sound about right? That is a lot of automated messages going out. And so we've done, you said 10 million transactions so far. That's amazing. There's only going to be more after that. That's really impressive. So I got to say, if the audience ever wanted to get started with a tool like this themselves, what would you recommend? How could they start using the VooDoo RPA technology today?
They can start with our, maybe they can start to analyze their processes. Firstly, if they don't know how can start with this process, they can call us. They can call us. Maybe we can help them. And then, if they know what is RPA, and they can download our product from our community sites, community.voodorpa.com. They can download in English version, and they can implement their processes if they want to do.
Yeah, community is the free version, and at the end of that, it's not enough for you. We can talk about it later.
Okay, so if I don't know what my processes look like, but I know I want to get started, I can contact you and you'd be able to help. But if I've got a good idea about how my processes work, there's a free way to get started inside the community version that would let me play with the tools and then get to work right away. That's amazing. Okay, so I got to ask, what's next for both of you? What's next for OneZero VooDoo RPA? What are some exciting stories coming around the corner? Anything else you can share with us?
Well, we made a robust RPA tool and made some exciting projects in Turkey, but we want to spread our wings to the world, and thank you for the opportunity for providing an opportunity for us.
No, thank you so much for joining us here on the show. We love hearing these stories come to life. And for the audience, you can hear we've automated millions of transactions per year. And you know that those team members, those 4 or 5 people, they're going to be really focused on those tasks and do an even better job as the system continues to learn and grows and expands itself. On the back end, all those additional resources with human effort can be put back into other revenue generation activities. So whether you're collecting tolls or you're checking other things in real time from footage or video, make sure that you try VooDoo RPA with OneZero there and our friends here on the phone and get started with your processes today. And if you don't know where to start, come on in and ask them and they'll guide you along the way. So again, thank you so much, both of you, for being on the show today. It was a wonderful chat. I love hearing these stories.
Thanks so much, Derek.
Thank you.
And for the audience, to stay up to date with the latest RPA technology and intelligent automation solutions, like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, get the story out there. We look forward to seeing you all again. I've been your host, Derek Gerber for RPA Master Stories. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks again.